Hey everyone, Gabriel here. To kick off the new video tutorial account, I'm going to do a quick series on how to draw the different characters from my upcoming manga, Love is Silent. So as you can see here, I've already started out the rough sketch. This is going to be Marriko. So, yeah, again, the rough sketch is pretty basic. You should all at least have your own way of doing this if you're watching my videos. If not, I will make a video on that soon. And my camera may get a little sticky now and then. There's not much I can really do about it right now, so just watch anyway. So, okay, so from these guidelines here, I'm going to start the nose, and yes, I always start with the nose. That's where I get the placement for everything else on the face. Now, just draw a small hooked curve right there for the pupil. Okay, then sketch in a little bit of the outline of the face. And it's kind of a very gentle curve to the whole outside here, side of her face. And here it's curving in, then it curves out. Then for the chin, it curves back in just a little bit. Kind of a little tricky for me to describe here. I'm not totally sure what to say, but it's a little bit of an indent curve just before the chin. Okay, then about, say half the nose length down, about here. Put in her, sketch in her mouth. And for those who aren't familiar, she is a mute character. So, her mouth is usually very small and closed, because it's not really there for much other than eating and breathing. Let me adjust there just a little bit. Do the chin a little too long. Okay. And this eraser is not erasing. Okay. So, now, along this line, your general eye guideline, about, take the nose and turn it sideways. Here, maybe a little less. Draw the bottom for outside her left, our right eye. And right here to start the other, her right eye. And put in her top of the eye. I always like to have that curve off into a single eyelash. This one on the outside eye is going to be about half the width of this one. But I still draw the eyelash full size, have it extend off the side of the face. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, then quickly put in the indicate the eyelids here. I also like to put in a little extra line there, about to show a little fold in the skin. Then because this is Marriko, you have these little extra lines here. Just kind of, she has those little lines there. Not really sure what else to say. Okay, then starting her eyes. Unlike some characters, these are pretty much round. Oh, this one, being away from you, is going to be very tall. And the outside of it here, I usually just have run into the nose. So that the nose and the side of the eye becomes just one line. Okay, because she is a pupilless character, I like to give her one really big highlight there. And then here on the side I have just sort of a edge highlight. For this eye here, just sort of draw a little curved line there. You don't have to worry about following the edge. And I'll quickly do the neck there and put in her scar. It's a little bit of an S curve. This kind of just serve as a reminder to that story, you know, mute, has no voice box. So anyway, now about here, get the red pencil back. I'll have a quick sketch line here for hair placement. No, she has ears, but you don't really see them. And this first line here is actually like the eyebrow guide. However, hers are just pretty much lines because you never really even get to see them. So you pretty much have to rely on getting her expressions just from the shape of the eye itself and the mouth. So, okay, then starting here on this guideline, in the middle I always draw just a really long strand of hair. And I'll just start coming off of that, doing ones that are about half that long, extending out, you know, a little ways from her head. Not really sure the measurement, but I do that up until I get about center. I have one really long one stand up, and then I'll just have it curve back. And then I'll just come over here, putting in the strands coming off this way for her bangs. She does usually have her hair kind of in her face. Her hair is kind of messy. She's not, you know, a tomboy or anything, but she's just never really had a reason to worry about her hair. She is the hyper shy type who it's kind of hard to get her to even really leave the house. So, okay, then I stop the bangs about here. And I'll put in what I call the key strand. You'll see why in a second. Have this one really long strand of hair coming down. And about here, I'll have a line curve off of it. I'll sketch in a line here. Drawing some elongated V's, you know, curved, sort of evenly spaced. And just start, you know, connecting them with the curved lines in between. And do same thing on this side. Except have it a little shorter because it's, you know, a little bit foreshortening. It's kind of a little bit similar to Karen's, but not much. For those who don't know, Karen is the main character from, well, Karen. Or if you, well, that's the anime anyway, the manga, whichever you want to say, is called Chibi Vampire. And also at this time, I'd like to give a quick shout out to my friend Dragon Queen. She runs a website on how to draw all kinds of different things. It's called dragoart.com. I'll put a link to it over here. Go check it out. Tell her I sent you. I promised her I'd put a shout out in the video, so I finally remembered to put it in. Yay! And, well, in a nutshell at least, there you have Marriko. So, thanks for watching.